in that little innings from him. Now these two batters you'd see not really finding that have a slog. But they're different types of players. Fahim Ashraf getting it to go through last over of the power play.
Pakistan have come back. Last 14 deliveries, 9 runs only. Changing the field. A deep mid-wicket in place. That back of a length working nicely.
There seems to be a change in how the pitch is playing from the ODIs to the T20 internationals. Yes, it's an earlier start, so dew comes in later. There's a bit of steep bounce involved, I feel. That's why the batters not as fluent as they would like.
Nicely played, just down to third. He takes on Wasim and he'll come up short. He has a bullet arm. You do not take on Wasim Jr.
What a throw. The moment he turned, we all knew he was in trouble because Wasim Jr.
We have umpire review for run out. Can I see a side on angle for this, please? Freeze it here. Batter still short of crease. Bales lit enough. Satisfied. I'm ready to make my decision for the big screen.
We are behind the bowler's arm, but we gave it out from here. But we still go upstairs and we get the same decision. Mendes run out, 38 for 2.
Postal Pereira walks in. The start was good for Sri Lanka. Now they've lost a couple of wickets. 38 for 2.
Kusal Janit Pereira run out for the second time, the Kusal Mendes.
And the one fielder you don't take on. Runs at leg side. He wants a couple of runs. There is in a pocket, so yes, easy too. But the one fielder from Pakistan who's got an absolute bullet arm, you don't take him on.
Ramesh was talking about it earlier. Now watch him turn. He doesn't look. He's got no idea. Pathum Nissanka responds to the call. And you're right. You got to know your fielders. You got to pick your battles. That was not a battle you're winning. Not only the speed, but right next to the keeper's gloves near the stumps.
And pulls it. Not out of the middle, so shouldn't go to the fence. It does. It does. Salman Ali Agha makes a mess of that. And the boundary after 17 deliveries, 44 for 2.
Slightly away from the stumps. Hence Kusal Pereira able to play that shot. He tried a few times. Salman Ali Agha
As soon as the 6 overs have been bowled, Pakistan turn to spin. Abrar, who's had a wonderful season with the white ball.
Watch Mendes. Trouble. Know what's happening. When he's picked up the ball, you don't run. Even though he's on the boundary line, you can take on most other fielders. You would have seen that if he turned proper. We call that turning blind. And players are advised, coaches advise players not to do that.
A white ball, and Usman Khan not able to collect, so unforced error.
Again Mendes, he runs hard, there he goes, he's got no idea what's happening in the deep, because fielders can get to the ball a little quicker. Maybe there can be a bobble. You got to know what's happening.
Again down the leg side, it would have been a wide, but Pereira thought, I'll collect a boundary, and he's missed out. That's why he's so disappointed. He wanted to just hit it past short fine. Abrar gets lucky. Now goes round the wicket. Again down the leg side. It is cold, so maybe he's not warmed up. His finger's not warmed up.
Do not tell any of the Sri Lankans that Abrar is feeling cold right now, because they got to come out and field in an hour's time and it will be colder.
Again down the leg side. This time he does get bat on it and does get the gap. Boundary. 50 raised.
Fahim Ashraf and Wasim Jr. just pulled things back, but this over is just what Sri Lanka needed to breathe again. And it's the man you'd least expect it from at this stage. Abrar has provided a wide down the leg side. Now a loose one, which is got Kusal Pereira moving. 10 off 4 to the left-hander.
Pakistan's smartest hatchback EV. Inverex Zio, charge fast, drive smart. Again down the leg side. He's not got his line right. No, better throw and would have been quite close.
Went to the right end, did Fakhar Zaman, because Kusal Pereira was just ball watching. He was jogging and suddenly takes off because the throw comes in there. Well, Sri Lanka's running has not been really good. Run-outs, misunderstandings against Zimbabwe. That intent really needed all the time. 7 bowled, 55 for 2.
Started off quickly out of the block, Sri Lanka, then that wicket and a little bit of squeeze. Now building again. Not a great over from Abrar. Now it is Mohammad Nawaz, finger spinner. Russell Arnold just warms his hands. It is cold, yes, we know that, but might be slightly easier for Nawaz. Little pocket leg side, will they come back? No, just be the single.
Lanka made 3 changes for the game today, trying to freshen up the team. Left out Bhanukaraja Paksa, Nuan Tushara and Mahesh Tikshana. Kamil Mishara at the top of the order made 22 of 12. It's been an impactful innings, which was effective.
But they need more. If they lose this, then it becomes very difficult for Sri Lanka. They've batted first, elected to bat first. They'll fight the elements. If there's a bit of dew, then they'll have to fight that. But they make sure that they get at least 15-20 above par.
The others brought in Janit Liyanage to strengthen that middle order, and Vijay Vyaskant. He's played an ODI previously, but that was in the Asia Games. Correction, a T20I. It was more an emerging team that took part in that Asian Games. Those games were given international status. Tall leg spinner, different type of leg spinner to Wanindu Hasaranga, and first born and bred player from Jaffna, hence it's a big story.
It's hit past cover, it's hit quite well, but good bit of fielding, so just a single. Hello here, 100% confidence with dandruff free here. Four deliveries, 4 singles. Sanka will try and hit a boundary. It's a straight to the fielder. The opportunity missed. He's 16 of 21, so he hasn't found it very easy.
By now, these two players played so many T20 internationals, should assess the pitch and decide, or have some idea of how much Sri Lanka will need to get to. To me, it seems 165, Bazid.
Well, after 8, they are 60 for 2.
Won the toss, batted first. There was a change at the top. Kamil Mishara. He hit a few powerful shots. Sri Lanka were running away with it, but then Fahim Ashraf, change of pace, got the breakthrough. Kusal Mendis trying to take Wasim Jr. and was way short.
$60 for 2, they built a platform. National Arnold suggesting 165. They'll have to go some.
What would you think?
Yeah, something similar. I think you want to aim at 175, 180 to be 20 above par, because you still have to fight the element. Down the track, calls for catch, and it is. Babar Azam takes the catch. It went flat, didn't go the distance.
Just couldn't get going today, Pathum Nissanka. Now, if Babar Azam did not intercept that, that was 6. Trying to take Abrar on. Hit it hard. This is a brilliant catch because it's flat, it's traveling. Babar running across. Takes it nicely. Nissanka gone for 17, 60 for 3.
Yanage, he walks in. Sri Lanka has just lost their third wicket. Now maybe a situation where Pakistan can get through quick overs, quiet overs, like that.
Again, not many T20 internationals in and out, not a regular spot out there because Pathum Nissanka just found Babar, a running Babar who takes a good catch. And his good form in ODIs is what has earned him a spot in the T20 internationals, just to consolidate that middle order, which seems a little bit all over the place for Sri Lanka. Not consistent, bowled out under 100 3 times this year. But he brings a bit of energy in that middle order with his stroke play, reading of the game, most importantly running between.
I was still talking about the catch. Sometimes when it comes flat, especially here at Pindi, it's quite difficult to pick up. But you just feel that somebody like a Pereira now who's batted a little bit, 9 deliveries, but he'll have to play an important role. It's not a pitch where you can just come out and blast, especially in the middle over. So somebody you can bat through and make sure that they have a big ending or a massive run spree at the end. Slow and came off the pitch very slowly. 61 for 3. Just walking off. Nawaz. First over was just back of a length. That maybe is the length that he's going to operate at this over too. Really bowl full. KFC flip the bucket challenge. All you have to do is flip the KFC bucket and wear it on your head as fast as you can. The winner will get KFC finger licking good prizes.
But the teams have flipped the switch though, in terms of the run rate. 44 at the end of 6, and in the last 3 to 4 overs, just 18 runs. So the run rate below 5.
And the batting has been an issue.
Yeah, we mentioned those scores under 100, and many a time those middle overs, Sri Lanka scored the least in T20 internationals. Areas to fix.
And a bit of a surprise because Sri Lanka known for batting very well against spin. They've always had quality players against spin, so the middle overs is where they should thrive. So it is a bit of a surprise. Whips it, but still just a single. Nawaz very accurate. He's been terrific for Pakistan with the ball and the bat. Today again he's come in, he just conceded singles, 11 deliveries, just 8 runs, and he's hit that length which hasn't allowed the Sri Lankan batters to actually get underneath it. Another single into the offside. Nawaz with a very tidy over. After 10, Sri Lanka 65 for 3. And the players will now take a drink.
Welcome back to the Rawalpindi Cricket Stadium. Match number 3 in this tri-series. Sri Lanka batting first, 65 for 3 at the halfway mark in the first innings. Salman Aliaga electing to have a... Beg your pardon, this is Sri Lankan captain who elected to have a bat first. That was the first wicket. Kamil Mishara, who swung a few, got a few boundaries and then holed out to a mid-on. The run out from Wasim Junior. Rocket arm. Saw that in the ODI series. A little bit of confusion in the middle. The third wicket to Abrar. Babar takes a good catch. He was travelling. Those 3 first wickets after the drinks break. Picked up and dispatched. All the way for 6. Asaim into the attack. And the first ball goes out of the park.
He's not a batter you want to give half trackers, not that there are any you would, but he'll certainly dispatch him. Kusal Pereira smokes that, away it goes for 6, and that's just how to start things in the second part of their innings. They need to get some momentum here.
This time plays it late. We'll pick up a couple, no, just the one. Yeah, one of the strengths for Kusal Pereira. Very strong off his legs, especially square onto that leg side.
There he is. He's our fielder in the deep and is waiting in the sort of mid-wicket area to the lefty at present. And nonchalantly, like picking apples. You have a look at this. Up it goes, and don't worry, there's scaffolding. I'll avoid it, no trouble. Turns up again, and thank you. There you go. Nearly took that Pereira one as well. That's well fielded. Fakhar Zaman's been throwing himself around in the field, doing a decent job.
And this is today. Just over. And just over.
Come on! Standards!
And he's seen himself on the big screen as well. Short again, straight to the fielder. Well, he's probably got a few years of growing left in him, so the next time he'd probably be able to pouch that. Pakistan always on the hunt for good fielders then, Pommy.
Yep, every team, and I tell you what, wonderful hands.
Bit of turn on that last delivery to end the over. 11 done, 76 for 3.
You'd say the kind of least expected maximization on the over starts with a 6, and he gets boundaries every ball after that. Yeah, this was yesterday. Rambo walked round, was appreciative of his fielding efforts. See, he's saying he had his hands in his pockets. It was cold. See, there he is. He's got the hands in his pockets, keep himself warm. Ball comes, easy as you like. Thanks for coming, and back to it.
Well, with least amount of movement, most effective. Hands out just in time, settled himself under the ball. Now Kusal Pereira out there in the middle. Always an opportunity that might come again. On your screens, 28th of November, Pakistan, buckle up, get ready. There's a brilliant partnership on the field. Fawad Khan and Myra Khan in Neelofer. Pure gold, that's what it promises. Advanced bookings in cinemas also. Try to drag it far outside the off stump. Syme came in the previous over, the first one, got hit for 6. 5 singles after that. Start of this over, a couple of deliveries, a couple of singles. Sri Lanka looking for boundaries. Heard you speak about that, Pommy, when you're on with Ramiz in the first 5 overs, that you got to maximize the boundary opportunities, the areas where they can come from. Cleans him up. That is a brilliant piece of delivery. And Mohammad Nawaz produces the goods. Massive wicket as well, that of Pereira.
A delivery that a left arm spinner to a left-hander would enjoy greatly, because it does him with the turn here. Attacking line outside off, and then it turns and through the gate onto off stump. Look at that. Finger up and says, I gotcha. And he certainly did. He was just getting going too. Kusal Pereira. It's a big strike that. Sri Lanka 78 for 4.
Out comes the Sri Lankan captain, Dasun Shanaka, with his team in a slight spot of bother at 78 for 4. He can strike the ball. Very good off his back foot in terms of playing the quicker deliveries, but at the moment needs to contend with Mohammad Nawaz, who's bowling with a slip in place. Oh, what a beauty! Back back-to-back wickets. And off goes the Sri Lankan captain for naught.
Oh, yes. Absolutely loving it here is Mohammad Nawaz. One turns big to get rid of Pereira. This time looking for the turn off the surface. It doesn't. Just skids on and through the gate as well to hit leg stump. Dawson comes and Dawson goes. It's 78 for 5.
Kamindu Mendes out there to face the music. In at 7 for Sri Lanka, and Mohammad Nawaz on a hat-trick. What a peach of a delivery to get through Kusal Pereira. And this one. A little bit wide on that hat-trick delivery. Everything happening for Pakistan for the better, and what an over. Just the 3 singles and the double strike.
Anticlimactic, that hat-trick ball. Really nothing on it outside of shortish. Oh, man.
Excellent over. Really good from Nawaz. A couple of wickets in that over. Sri Lanka 80 for 5.
Oh, such a pity. Sort of got to start, and the middle of the innings, it's been the issue here. And what they're trying to do is get themselves to around about 150. Doesn't help, though, if you go from 60 for 2 to 78 for 5 so quickly. As Pereira is just getting going. The middle overs, that's the issue. Got to navigate those better.
Mohammad Nawaz has been exceptional since his return back to T20 international cricket. This is his first. That is extravagant turn. A lovely dip. And this one, the captain plays for the turn, just goes on with the arm. Massive gap between bat and pad. And I'm sure the captain, the coach, in fact, Sanat Jayasuriya, will have a few pointers to elaborate on later on. Mohammad Nawaz has been truly exceptional. His numbers since his return to T20 international cricket, which was July this year onwards, 23 games, 30 wickets, 6.68, that economy, an average of 14 are really good numbers. Has a hat-trick in there as well. Was against Afghanistan in that tri-series in Sharjah just before the Asia Cup. And not just that, he also is very effective coming into bat towards that later middle order period.
Yeah, an opportunity given, and you come back and back to his best. Got to grab it with both hands, and he's doing that. Yeah, good in the field, will take catches, generally will contribute. And then, despite it being what is, I suppose many will go, oh, it's just left arm orthodox, but he does get the ball to dip, and that Kusal Pereira dismissal is about the length where it sort of, he feels he can get to it and drive it, and it dips on him and he ends up reaching for it. Very nearly back to the bowler. Trial by spin in the middle of the game, and so far Sri Lanka not passing that test.
You just feel off late. Sri Lanka and Pakistan both have struggled with playing spin. Now that's odd when you talk about subcontinent teams who've produced quality spinners through the ranks and really good batters in the middle order who've been able to counter that spin. More on that when we come back. 84 for 5. Crowd once again in number to support both sides. Sri Lanka have been here for a while. First a 3 ODI series, now into the try series. At the moment 84 for 5. Once again, really good. That length that you spoke about just draws Kamindu Mendes out. He's really got the ball on a string here, Nawaz.
It's just beautiful bowling. You watch this ball as it goes and the revs on it, and watch it just drop there. And have a look at the batter just reaching, thinking he could drive that. Very fortunate it doesn't also crash into off stump. But he's got it on a string at the moment, Nawaz. And he's doing it better to the left-hander. And bowling what is an attacking line, which is outside off with the confidence, one of length, but also that the ball will turn back in.
Great combination he's got going for him. Control over the length and the turn. There comes the big shot. Does not go all the way. I think Wasim Jr. has taken a stunner. Cannot keep that man out of the game, and once again he impresses in the field. Nawaz now has 3.
Kamindu Mendes would have sat there and thought, I've got to do something at the non-strikers when he'd got the single. And when he got back there, decided, I'm going to play.
Thank you. Catch taken inside the field of play. Throw the ball. Went outside. Came inside. And he take the catch on the field of play. Satisfied, ready to make my decision.
Right, yeah, we'll get confirmation. But Kamindu Mendes, in his effort to deal with the ball before with the slog sweep shot, just fell into the trap. Wasn't quite short enough in the end. It got too full and he got it up in the air. He's gone for 3. It's another one down. Sri Lanka 6 down for 86.
Wanindu Hasaranga makes his way out into the middle. All too early, he would have thought, and 2 times in a row now. Sri Lanka were bowled out for 95 a couple of days ago. And at the moment, they find themselves 86 for 6. Look at the last 13 deliveries. 3 wickets just for the 8.
Good crowding, and they're absolutely loving this from Pakistan.
This is why Hasaranga is out there. Kamindu Mendes, like Pommy said, had to do something, but the brilliance of Mohammad Wasim Jr. once again stands in the way. Really good presence of mind as to where he was on the boundary. And got just a little bit disbalanced, as you saw, because he probably didn't judge the line of the catch. So as he took it, momentum carried him behind the boundary, but does well in the end. Nawaz comfortably a degree more turn than the rest of the pack, 2.9 degrees. That's why the slip still remains. Excellent spell. Fantastic figures for Mohammad Nawaz. 3 for 16 in his 4, 88 for 6.
Oh, excellent. Really well done. He'll get high fives all round. He's ripped through the Sri Lankan middle order. Yes, help from his friends. This was a very good catch. Mohammad Wasim Jr. Yeah, good composure in the end. Yes, good skills, but had to stay composed rather than panic.